Hello everybody, I'm Storm here. Welcome back to Final Fantasy XIV Online Shadowbringers. In the last episode, we started working on everybody's kind of loose ends they need to wrap up after having defeated Elidibus, and now that we are ready to proceed with the plan to go get everybody back to the source, that they're wrapping things up here on the first, and then we'll be heading out. So we went and we had our chat with Alice and Haldrick, and we went and had our chat with Alphino and the Chais. We went and had our chat with Eorzea, and now we need to go speak with Y'shtola in Slitherbough, and I'm sure we're going to have something to do there with Runar, because, you know, he's kind of got a thing for... can't blame him. So, that is what we're going to go ahead and do. Just continue on with this project. I'm guessing the cutscene's probably going to start as soon as we arrive, as it did in Yulemoor. So let's go ahead and head on over and see how things go. No, it didn't. Okay, well, there she is. Let's go ahead and have our little chat. And what is this? Have you come to spy on me? No, I've come to see how you're getting along. Does Eorzea truly think me so slovenly? The nerve. Loath as I am to disappoint, I put my affairs in order some time ago. I've even bade my farewells. To everyone save Runar, that is. He's nowhere to be seen. I figured as much. Here he comes.
Master Matoya. For too long I have remained silent, but no longer. I could not bear it if you were to leave. Please, stay. I beg of you.
Unfortunately, that's not possible, bro. She'll die if she stays.
Runar, please.
I jest. At least in part. What I came to say is this. Thank you. Without your wisdom, your strength, and your kindness to guide us, our people would still be lost. We will never forget you, Master Matoya. Wherever your journeys may take you, you will always be in our hearts.
And you in mine. Remember that your people's journey, that our people's journey is yet ongoing. Your lives will change, and so too will your dreams. Yet come what may, you need not forsake your time-honored traditions, nor less your beliefs. But neither should you be beholden to them. For it is with curiosity and courage that the Knight's Blessed first triumphed over adversity. New knowledge and new wisdom are ever worthy of pursuit.
Indeed they are. And so, until we return to the Sunless Sea, we shall endeavor to live our lives to the fullest.
That is well. But however great your strides, there may yet come a day when the challenges you face cannot be surmounted alone. On such a day...
On such a day?
You may call on me. Since a means to travel between worlds exists, you can be sure I will find a way to employ it. And there remain so many mysteries here that want for solving.
Master Matoya!
Oh.
Runha, really?
Alright. Well, if anybody can figure out how to do it, she can. Alright. So, let's see. Honestly, he's a boy in the body of a man. Anyway, it is time we headed back to the CRYSTARIUM, shall we? You still have to take the Exarch to ARAENG? I see. Very well. You can look it on Thancred while you're about it. His will be a difficult farewell, and I am sure he would appreciate your support. The path goes through Twine. If you wait there, you are like to meet him on his way back, if not before. Alright, well, let's head on over to Twine, and it looks like we're going to be talking to Magnus. Oop, bumped my mic there. Arranged. Okay. There's Magnus and company. You two? What's this? My bloody name day? I see. Yes, Thancred was here, and Reen too. They said they wanted to go to ARAENG, so we gave them the use of the trolley. That's right, the old girl's up and running again, but we didn't just put her back together, mind you. No, with a little bit of help from Master Chai, we made her faster. And stronger. Oh yes, the future of trolleys is looking brighter than ever. Whisper it. But I reckon it might be time to reach for the stars with a trolley to dwarf all trolleys. Dude's a little obsessed there. If you ask me, we'd be better off making them smaller. That way they can fit in narrow shafts. But that's genius. Why didn't I think of that? Enough. You can daydream in your own time. In case you've forgotten, our priority is to have more working trolleys. That's why we turned to Chinese, by the way. Not to make the one trolley we've got go faster. We needed help getting a few Talos back in working order, see? We were out testing them when your airship came down, as a matter of fact. You seem to have a habit of crashing things. Well, that's, occupational hazard. We're back. Thanks for the loan of the trolley. Ah, there's Thancred. Ayame? What are you doing here? Don't tell me the others are waiting for us. That's a relief. At any rate, we've done what we came to do, which means I'm ready to leave. Or as ready as I'll ever be. Not to pry, but what's going on? You off somewhere? You could say that. So you're heading home. I'm just a simple miner and I don't know much about this world-traversing business. But the young lady here, she'll be looked after, will she? I'll be fine, thank you. I have a place to stay at the CRYSTARIUM and I don't want for anything. And she's making a new friend as well. From the Eden storyline. Besides which, I've recently made a new friend. There we go. Her name is Gaia, and she'll always be there if I need her, just like you lot. So please don't worry. I'll be fine, really. If you say so. I wonder if that line is in there if you haven't done the Eden series before doing this. Interesting. It being a matter of life and death, I suppose you have to leave. But I, for one, would still be torn, if the choice were mine. I'm not sure I could bear to be parted from my family. No, but it's for the best. Reen has chosen to walk her own path, and she doesn't need me under her feet. Besides, I have my own responsibilities, and I wouldn't be setting a very good example if I neglected them. Perhaps not. Either way, I envy you your dilemma. Well then, young lady, if there's anything you need, anything at all, you're to call on us. It may surprise you, but we can do more than simply offer you trolley rides. Thank you, Magnus. Everyone. Shall we then? If you've nowhere left to visit, we can go back to the CRYSTARIUM together. Alright, so now we are heading back to the CRYSTARIUM. So I think we're all done here. Alright, Reen. How you doing? Oh, it's you. You're probably wondering why I'm not with the others. It's just, I always knew that everyone would leave one day, and I always hoped and prayed that we would find a way to send them home. But now that the time has come, I just feel lost. Lost and lonely. I don't want our last moments together to be sad. I want to hold myself together, just long enough to say the things they need to say, but I'm not sure I can even do that. You can do it. Right. Thank you, Ayame. I feel braver already. Go on ahead and join the others. I'll be along after I've taken a few deep breaths. Alright. So let's go ahead and talk to Thancred. Actually, let's talk to everybody before we talk to Thancred. See if they have anything interesting to say. Y'shtola? I trust the Exarch had a pleasant tour of the realm. Perhaps. I thought that it would be easier after saying farewell, but each step I took out of Yulmore felt heavier than the last. Ally say, I did everything I could in the time I had. No regrets. Good. Oriange? I took the liberty of informing the CRYSTARIUM's leaders of our imminent departure. It seemed only right. Alright. Thancred?
That's everyone then. We've all said what we needed to.
Even as we speak, Backlog undertaketh their final inspection of our spirit vessels. When thine own preparations for the journey are complete, thou art to present thyself in the ocular.
Everyone? I want to thank you all, on behalf of the First. You, and Minfilia, and the Exarch. Without each and every one of you guiding us, fighting for us, we wouldn't be standing here now. There wouldn't even be a here. And no words can express our gratitude. We still have a lot to do. Countless trials to overcome. But if it ever seems too much, I'll think of our time together. The happy moments, and the sad. I will remember it all. And it will give me the strength to carry on without you. Because you made me who I am. Minfilia. Reen. To honor these names and these memories, I will stand with all the people of this land and strive for a better tomorrow.
Thancred, I believe the honor of responding should rightfully be thine.
I know better than most how much you've grown, and I have every confidence you'll make your people proud. Gods know I'm proud of you. I always will be. You deserve all the happiness in the world, and more.
Might we also say a few words?
Ah, Lena. And the whole crew.
Why, this is just about all of you.
To see you off seemed the least we could do. You risked your all for us, fought for a realm not your own. Before you came, we had never known the beauty of the night sky. Or the joy of your company. Though it saddens us deeply to bid you farewell, it has ever been our way to send off friends with a smile. Wherever your road should lead, we shall pray for your safety. And following your brave example, we shall continue to fight for the CRYSTARIUM. With or without us, you've always taken good care of this city. I don't doubt for a moment you'll continue to do so.
Aye. A more resilient people we have never known. As resilient and enduring as the tower that watches over you.
To the last, we did not question the Exarch about his past. It is only now, when he can no longer tell us, that we believe we know the answer. We have heard what became of him, and what is about to be attempted. All will be well. Of this we are certain. How could it be otherwise, when every soul in the CRYSTARIUM is praying for it with all their heart? And so, when our Lord awakens, I bid you give him a message. Tell him he needn't worry about us. That he need no longer hide who he truly is. That he should live his own life to the fullest. And that if he should ever find himself reminiscing on the past with a smile, we shall be smiling with him. Will you tell him this?
Word for word.
Thank you. Please look after him for us.
I dare say we have all the good wishes we can carry. Let us be on our way.
Now, here's the thing. Without the Exarch, would they be able to control the tower? Or did he unlock the whole thing right before he crystallized? What do we got? Wind up Mistel. Modeled after no one in particular. Not really. Yep, there we go. Let's see, that would be not companion. Minion. There you go. All right. Let's talk to Reen here. Her heart laid bare, Reen appears to be at peace again. Well, I suppose it's time. Are you ready, Ayame? Yep. Time to get this going. All right. Let's not keep the others waiting. Ah, Mr. Sayame, have but this moment shown your associates in. Strange to think that I will not have the honor of showing them out again. But I am informed that you yourself may yet return, and I look forward to welcome you on that happy day. Now, if you would care to follow me. Proceed to the ocular, yes. All right, let's see what everybody has to say here. Angelo stands ready to work his magic on our souls. All right, cool. I did not expect such a rousing farewell from the people. It was the very thing my spirits needed. Now all that remains is to return at the source. The 12 know we have made Kryl and Tataru worry long enough. Indeed, you're still alive. In the spirit of solidarity, I bid you carry the vessels as if your life depended on it. Yes, Mom. How many times have we few assembled thus in this story chamber? Many and more, I think. Were the Exarch standing before us, the scene would be complete. Nay, 'twould be complete were he standing before us with Emmett Selk smirking in the wings. Yes. Alright. Oh, looks like he gave her the gunblade. Ah, nice. Since we cannot take our worldly goods with us, I want you to have my gunblade. Use it or sell it, it's all the same to me. So long as it serves you in some way, I will be satisfied. Will we get some time skips in the first? It's, would make sense in lore if maybe after a while we came back and it was, 10 years down the road and Reen was an adult woman and a gunbreaker. That'd be cool. Alright, thank you, Thancred. I'll treasure it. Alright, here we go. Ah, there you are. I take it you are ready for the journey? The spirit vessels are primed and our company complete, and not a word... at a word from you, we shall begin. Upon beginning the soul-imbuing ritual, several cutscenes will play in sequence, okay? So it's going to be a long episode. Very well. I'd like to get through all of this here today. So we'll get this all together. Alright, it's recommended you set aside sufficient time. Right. Let's do it. Very good. I shall distribute the vessels at once.
All right, then. Pray proceed as instructed, beginning with your memories.
The first step is complete, and all appeareth to be in order.
Well, that just leaves our souls, then. We're in your hands, Angelo.
Alright. Hope we marked whose was whose. But no.
It is done! The vessels have received of both their memories and their souls. I hereby entrust them to your care. They belong to you now. Just be sure to guard them well, yes?
This will work, won't it?
It should, in theory.
Our theories have held thus far. But I make no promises about what is to come. Even the greatest mages in history knew better than to transport a soul across the rift. We, my dear, are in unknown territory. Prepare as we might, we cannot account for all possibilities. And it is in such circumstances that accidents are wont to occur. Yet miracles do happen. So let us pray and will our friends home.
I won't stop praying until I know they're safe.
All safely stowed away? I do hope so. All that remains then is to step into the mirror. Go now, and safe travels.
We're back.
did it? Are we?
We're home.
Oh, you're back. You're back. You're all back.
Thank you. My body feels like a sack of potatoes, but otherwise, I've never felt better. That said, I doubt any of us will be fit to travel for some while. May we leave the rest to you?
Yep, we got one more thing to do.
The vessel beareth our comrade's blood. With it in thy possession, the way will surely open before thee.
And we're off.
What? But you've only just got here.
Tataru, might I trouble you to brew us all a pot of your special tea? Ah, and we may require an extra cup.
She's like, what's going on?
Yours is a long road, my friend, and it stretches onto places beyond imagining. With your every step, these grand adventures shall grow more distant and faint. And there may come a day when you forget the faces and voices of those you have met along the way. On that day, I bid you remember this. That no matter how far your journey may take you, you stand where you stand by virtue of the road you walked to get there. For in times of hardship, when you fear you cannot go on, the joy you have known, the pain you have felt, the prayers you have whispered and answered, they shall ever be your strength and your comfort.
All right, door's opening. That's good.
This I hope, I believe, here at memory's end.
Gotta figure out where he's sleeping. Some days later. Okay.
What is it, Alize? Are you all right? Do you still feel under the weather?
Physically, I couldn't be better. Thanks to Kryle's ministrations, I'm already looking forward to our next fight. But seriously, don't you have anything to say about that?
What? Ah, they've kept their new jobs and gear. ARAENG.
No less impressive than our garments. You've outdone yourself, Tataru.
To give credit where it's due, I had help from a certain fiery pixie who visited me in my dreams. They gave me all the information I needed to get the details just right. For your weapons, though, I needed a lot more help. Thankfully, our favorite heads of state were happy to place their finest craftsmen at my exclusive disposal. Oh, and speaking of the Alliance leaders, they all expressed their unreserved elation at your safe return, and promise to come and see you in person as soon as they can.
They really needn't have gone to such trouble. But we'll be keeping these gifts all the same. Do pass on our gratitude.
And Alice is still on her old job and old gear.
I realise we haven't taken up new martial arts, nor have I ever been one to set much store by appearances. But I can't help feeling a certain lack of, I don't know, personal development.
I quite understand. But as you observed, the others had the more pressing need. Rest assured, our turn will come.
Is that a hint at new jobs coming, maybe?
If I expend any more ether, I swear I will blink out of existence. I need a bite to eat. Tataru, a cup of tea, if you would be so kind. And something sweet.
To counterbalance the heavy bread, I'm guessing.
By Mistress Kryle's exhausted state, may I assume that the ward hath been restored?
Indeed. We succeeded in weaving it anew, albeit at a slightly diminished potency than when I had Becklug's assistance.
It seems to have worked.
It is no cause for concern, though. The tower is not easily reached, never mind breached. And even should some few succeed, their presence won't escape my notice.
Excellent. Said duty thus discharged, thou art free to go wheresoever thy fancy taketh thee. Upon which note, hast thou perchance come to a decision? The offer remaineth open.
Well, if you're certain that's what you... I mean, if you think I...
Graha, really? Just say yes.
Right. I accept. Henceforth, I shall count myself a scion of the Seventh Dawn. Grahatia, at your service. When I was a boy, many long years ago, I yearned to stand tall as the heroes of Eld. But, like a fool seeking to pluck the stars from the heavens, my every attempt to reprise their deeds fell short.
Oh, what now?
Somebody help! Hippogriffs! Hippogriffs on the rampage! A giant flock of them! Please, we need help!
I could do with a little rampage myself.
What? Now wait, just a...
I'll
go
say.
again.
Indeed. Looks like everybody's eager for some action. Ah, and you still is the one taking care of Thancred's ammo.
I will join the fray when I've finished my tea.
Thus did the Avatar of Destruction descend, and in her wake leave naught but tears and ash.
And then, one day, an all but forgotten dream from my youth stood before me, in the flesh.
Oh, there's a Taro. Is that like what, strawberry shortcake? Ah, yes. The next problem to deal with.
So it was that a new adventure began.
The memory of a dying world's end. Night after night. And I thought it but a tired old dream.
I say. I knew that securing the palace would provide your radiance with depressingly little sport, but that you should fall asleep out of boredom. Splendid. Truly splendid. And my own preparations, you will be pleased to hear, proceed apace.
So, which Ascian are we dealing with here? In Asahi's body.
Oh, yes. They proceed very well indeed. Frighteningly so. And we owe it not least of all to this singularly useful body I chanced to find. With the Populares now all but destroyed, it will be the simplest of tasks to discredit their groundless assertions that I met with a grisly end. And as the very much alive Lord of House Brutus, I have a vast fortune at my disposal. Ah, money, 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 the great motivator. There is simply no better way to move men and expedite plans than with its alluring glint. Would you not agree? But wait, were we not acquainted, you and I? Should our familiarity cause you distress, I beg your forgiveness.
I don't think he cares.
What did you say your name was?
Oh, a dagger through my heart, that my deepest desire should forever remain unfulfilled, to live unrecognized, to die forgotten. Oh. So it goes.
This one's over dramatic.
Whatever this flesh may have been before, it serves only as a vessel now. And I, faithful Fandaniel, labor only to advance my lord's ambitions.
Fandaniel, huh?
Speaking of which, with the palace in our hands, we may now proceed with the next phase of the plan. But how very odd. Despite all our havoc wreaking, old Elidibus did not deign to appear. Dare I hope that the last of the Unsundered is gone? Imagine it! Bound no more by the shackles of mouldering memories of damnable duty, free at last to live for the moment! Your radiance. But give the word, and I shall go forth and prepare for you your hunting ground.
That which awaited was a fell beast. Ferocious, ravenous, remorseless.
Do as you will. It has been too long, my friend, and insufferably dull in your absence. When you return to me, you will share everything. Every blow will be a story unto itself. Every triumph, every kill. Rest assured, we shall have a fitting stage for our reunion. Oh yes. To reprise that transcendent moment, I will set this world ablaze. And we shall dance before the pyre.
Alright, got to get the white aura
The
site
beast
ready.
shall kindle the flames of the apocalypse.
They're both gonna need it.
Into its domain shall the hero set forth, for the final chapter in the tale of this star.
Alright then. So that's what we're going to be building up to for the next couple of main story patches. Which I'm guessing, if I had to speculate, the next expansion is probably going to be in Garlemald. We'll see. We shall see. Alright, brought to you. Let's finish this off. Ah, you're back. Tell me, Ayame, do you think I was excessively familiar earlier in my tone and mannerism? I thought it better to be familiar than formal, if we were to be comrades. But now I worry that it may have detracted from the gratitude and respect I harbor for everyone. Perhaps we might consider it a nod to my regrettably less than humble beginnings. Yes, that will do. Being free to live as one pleases is not without its challenges. In a way, it was easier when I had a mission that consumed my every waking moment. It provided me with a focus, a constant push in a singular direction. By the way, was casting spells always so draining? I had quite forgotten what it was like to do it without the tower. I rarely felt so exhausted or hungry. Yet, if all I did was bend the bow, I would be of limited use to you on your adventures. So I shall persevere. Yes, because he was an archer prior when we first met him. Whoever I might have been before, I am now a scion, and an inexperienced scion at that. A green initiate, eager to learn how best to contribute to the cause, that he might follow in the footsteps of his inspiration. Welcome aboard. GREATWOOD is now available as a trust companion. Excellent. So, that's it. Actually, before we conclude, let's have an additional chat with everybody, just to see if there's any additional dialogue. This is, I suppose we ought to take stock of the situation. By forestalling the 8th Umbral Calamity, we have unwritten history. The future now lies beyond my ken. None can say what awaits, but so long as we stand together, I doubt not but that we can overcome all trials. We have always done so, have we not? Show him your wind-up mistel. Well now, I have my suspicions as to what this is about, but would you be so good as to confirm them for me? Aye, just as I thought, they went ahead with it after all. The artisans of the mean had come to me with a proposal, you see. In celebration of the knight's return, they asked how I wished to be commemorated, on a coin or as an automaton. Neither, I replied, for all the good it did. They knew I would be embarrassed. It makes no difference what name they give it, yet still they did it. A right stubborn lot they are. As befits the people of the CRYSTARIUM, they shall be just fine without me, and Lena may rest assured I do not worry for them. Nevertheless, I shall never cease to pray for their happiness. No longer am I a leader of a nation. Whatever power and influence I may have wielded, I left behind as surely as I left my body. But everything I have ever felt and experienced, all these things and more I have brought with me, you have brought for me. And I shall carry them close to my heart always, unto the end of my days. Alright, nice. Kryal and Tataru. Everyone likes the garments I prepared for them. The time I spent polishing my skills wasn't in vain. In case you're wondering, GREATWOOD is an outfit suitable for traveling, while his weapon uses a piece of the crystal tower as the focus. Brilliant, right? Now, I know we probably shouldn't go around shipping bits off Allegan relics, but it was just one little piece. It's a big building, I think it'll be fine. Kryal. I'm told Raha has shed with some of the tenseness he had as the Crystal Exarch. If you ask me, he's more relaxed than he's ever been. Why, the Raha of old would leap down from a high place just to make a dramatic appearance, something someone did in some epic or another, and Alphino wasn't so different. Still, I'm glad to have them back safe and sound, boyish insecurities and all. Alright, Alice and Alphino. What do they have to say here? While things are quiet, I think I'll move my body around some more. I need to get used to the new tricks I learned in the first. To that end, I'll round up Hori and his crew for a spot of sparring. Oh, and Graha too. In my capacity as his senior, I'm obligated to train him as well. Go for it. Alphino. Thanks to your reports, I had known that all was well in the source, but there is no relief like seeing our comrades again with my own eyes. If possible, I should like to thank Estinian in person for the help he lent us while we were away, but it seems he has not been heard from of late. Such is his way. Well, until such time as we meet again, I shall ever pray for his well-being, and take the absence of tidings as a good sign. No news is good news. As I do with our friends in the first. Alright, excellent. Speaking of hoary... what's going on over here? Not only have the Archons returned to us, but a capable new comrade has joined the fold besides. Their presence shall inspire us to ever greater heights. Aenor? They're smitten with the newcomer, the both of them, but I won't let him come between us. If he were to join us, on the other hand... Coltonay? When I was tasked with holding the fort, the silence of the place was unnerving at times. Strange to say that it is amidst this ceaseless clamor that I feel the most at peace. Ochre Boulder? Here, here, brother. If Gratia is skilled in all forms of combat, as they say, we must train hard if we are to keep up. Nice to have some of these guys as trust companions. Clemens? The Archons have scarcely returned, and already Sister is at it again. However this plays out, I pity the newcomer. Alright. Now I noticed that we can now go through this door, which we didn't be able to use to. So what's through here? Ah, rest of the crew. Thancred. Though only a short time has passed in the source, for me it has been several long years. 'Tis passing strange to see how little has changed here in the Rising Stones. Sometimes I can't help but feel as if I'm dreaming. Then I see the equipment Tataru prepared for us, and it helps bring me back to reality. Reen continues her fight in the first, and I must resume my own here. Alright, and what's she still up to? As you know, in Seeker of the Sun culture, the title Tia indicates a male who does not preside over territory. Oh, really? I was wondering about that. In regards to this, Alphino came to me with a consultation. The CRYSTARIUM may not be a territory in the traditional sense, he said, but our friend governed it with great leadership nonetheless. As such, would it not be inappropriate to call him Tia? As it is by no means disrespectful to omit the title, I told Alphino that he is free to do so if he wishes, but I, for one, intend to call him by his full name. At least until he has decided what he wants for himself in his new life. Interesting. So that Tia is a title. Alright. Eorzea, what are you up to? By thine account, the 14th seat of the convocation was known as Azem. Right? At the title's distinctly familiar ring, mine imagination could not fail but run wild. From Azema, the Warden, in Eorzea, to Azim, the Dawnfather, in the Far East, in nigh every corner of Hydaelyn did those deities revered as personifications of the sun share like names. Could they all perhaps trace their origin to the 14th seat, did I muse? Though it may ne'er be proven otherwise, such a theory, I do believe, lieth firmly within the realm of possibility. Oh, so the Azim Steppe is named after us. Interesting. Alright. Well, I think that's everybody. Yeah. Alright, so we will go ahead and stop here. We are now done the Shadowbringers story arc, and we're ready to move on to the build-up to the next expansion. And as such, this is where I'm going to go ahead and say that as far as main story quest content, we're going to be holding off on that until just before the next expansion releases, as I had originally planned. I'm glad I did this now. Though. Now, the only other thing that we might do between now and then is the Eden Raid. The next stage of the Eden Raid, which should be the last stage of the Eden Raid series, when which I anticipate will come out in the 2.4 patch, probably sometime either... Well, at this point, it's probably going to be over the winter. So sometime in a few months from now. So, I think we'll call this good here for now. I'm going to continue to work on my other jobs. I've got Scholar up to almost 78, so I should be able to get that done pretty quickly. Gotta get the Machinist up to 80, gotta get the Samurai up to 80, and yeah, then we'll see how things go from there. Alright, but for now, we'll stop for today. So I hope you guys enjoyed it. Thanks for watching. Go ahead, like, subscribe, and comment, and I will see you next time.